So we decided to throw a little aim tournament for some of our members, and for fun we decided that everybody should be using the endgamegear XM2WE to hit their scores. So let's see how these aimers do without their own main mouse. We set up 2 scenarios where 4 players go one-on-one, and in the Voltaic Steadytrack Novice we have Kabe and Torje going against each other. And then again in berryTS Valorant we have Minow and Viscose. Let's roll the in-game clips.
This mouse was a great experience right out of the box. I don't know what it is, but I just perform really well with this mouse for some reason. And ever since I got it, I switched off my Starlight 12 small and I've mained this since. I was kind of worried that I wasn't going to be able to grip the mouse the way that I like to, because I have kind of short fingers and sometimes my fingers don't reach as far forward on the mouse as I'd like it to. But that wasn't actually an issue at all on this mouse, even though I thought it would be. The coding feels good, the clicks feel great. I'm a big fan of how the side buttons are shaped and positioned. The scroll wheel feels good, and the skates are good right out of the box, which is pretty rare for a mouse. Overall, this is just a great experience in my opinion.
So Torje was able to pull out a new record, and fun fact is that he used to be maining the Starlight 12, but is now actually going with the XM2WE, so he very much seems to enjoy it. Let's go check out how Kabe did.
So to start this off, I'll say that I'm actually a huge fan of this mouse's shape. I'm usually used to mice that are a bit smaller and more like low profile, easy to fingertip grip, so I wasn't really sure what to expect with the XM2 wireless, since it's kind of a bit bigger and has a more prominent shape. But claw gripping this mouse actually felt really natural and comfortable, and I felt really like locked in while using a claw grip. Also the stock skates are some of the best that I've tried on any mouse. So despite this mouse being heavier than what I'm used to, it actually felt like lighter and more responsive on pretty much every pad I tried it on, just because of how good the skates are. Also mouse buttons and like overall build quality was really solid, and the battery life was also pretty good. I think I had to charge it maybe once every 2 weeks or like once a week if I was using it a lot. But yeah, overall this mouse is really great. I would highly recommend it to anyone with like medium to large hands or anyone who prefers a claw grip.
Another record and a high score as well, and it does seem like Kabe did pick up the victory in Steadytrack. Let's move on to the next scenario and start with Viscose.
In terms of mid-priced gaming mice, I think the XM2WE is about as good as it gets. Feature-wise, everything about it is brilliant. The coding is as good as mice that are double the price, the clicks are firm but snappy, and the performance is pretty much the best you can get out of a 3370 sensor. That being said, it's not for me. I think what it comes down to is my hand size. I have smaller hands and I'm currently maining the HTX, a mouse that accommodates that well. Even though when I swapped to the XM2 to test it out, I felt more stable than I was on the HTX, which could be due to the weight or shape. I ended up getting hand cramps after playing for a bit just because of the size. I also feel like the shape forces a certain grip type, with the sloped sides favouring a more aggressive claw than I'm used to using. Because of this, I didn't really end up playing very much for this challenge, so I'm not too proud of my score, but I think at the very least it shows that this mouse, even if it's not perfectly suited for you, won't inhibit your aim. And if it is suited for you, it's one of the best options on the market at this price point. If you have smaller hands like me though, the OP1 might be a better option.
Once more a new record, and it's a little bit surprising, especially because Viscose is maining the HTX from G-Wolves, which is a very small mouse compared to the XM2WE, so there is a very large difference in that regard. But yeah, seems like she is doing just fine with the XM2WE. Let's check out what Minow did.
I had a lot of fun using the XM2 wireless, despite it being completely different than what I'm used to. It's a significantly bigger shape as opposed to what I mainly use, being the Starlight 12 and the Haus 4K, but the shape itself is great. Overall, the build itself is very stable. I feel like I don't have to worry about any issues regarding the build quality of the mouse for a long time. I also had no issues with the battery life. I think I only had to charge it maybe a couple times, but overall, the clicks are nice, the side buttons are great, and the scroll wheel might actually be one of my favorites so far.
Again, a new personal record, so it does seem like you can aim pretty well with a budget mouse like the XM2WE. Of course, it's a very good budget mouse in that regard. But yeah, the victory on the berryTS goes to Viscose. Let me know in the comment section if you guys enjoyed the video, if you would want more content like this, or if you have any other ideas about these kind of aim training battles that we could make in YouTube. Have a great day and see you around in the Voltaic Discord.